The intent is to counter, right? Is to run this guy into one of our shots, run this guy into a phase one.
Right now, with the goal being to just improve performance, recover from training, he's doing a lot of training. So as I said before, we're essentially training, refueling, eating, rehydrating, and just
one thing that does separate you from everybody else is this timing and control of distance that you really only get from a lot of sparring. Max Holloway, who's the elite of the elite, who said at this point in time, I don't spar anymore because I get banged up.
You know, he said that, dude, but I ran into him and I asked him, and he kind of like laughed, like, no, dude, I still spar. I just don't think. But here's the thing about Max Holloway, he's so fucking good. There's not many people who spar him that hit it.
Right.
Same with me. Again, I could get knocked out. Max get knocked out. I could go spar every single day, all day long, and I could say I don't really get take damage. I proved it that stupid mouthpiece he had everywhere.
Right.
But you know, again, it just comes obsessive. I started training because I was the angry fucking kid. I turned out I love sparring, and it just makes me happier.
We got Jack down here, Jack Della with us. You know, fucking former champion and animal at 170. So I'm excited to have him in camp.
So no.
Hey, Merab, are you excited for Conor McGregor's return?
I am actually, and I'm hoping to he can win, you know, because I love Max Holloway, but this is gonna be huge if he comes. He's coming back, but if he wins, like, and that would be huge, and because Conor McGregor done like such a great things for MMA, for UFC, and I will be happy to see if he wins.
Do you think all Conor McGregor's time off and the partying and the nose drugs could inhibit his ability to beat Max Holloway?
I don't exactly understand your question, but I think he's so motivated, and then I mean, you are an athlete as yourself, and we love fighting, and it's never
Say it with your chest out.
McGregor and Holloway too is really happening.
The return of Conor McGregor.
And this time, this time I welterweight, Henry. Let's welterweight, not featherweight. This time it's going to be at welterweight.
So that's your weight, Kamaru.
What you trying to say?
I'm saying, man, maybe winner fights Kamaru Usman.
I'll be down for that. But
with that being said, Kamaru D, he hasn't fought for 5 years. Come July 10th, it's going to be 5 years. So I'm even going to say over 5 years for Conor McGregor.
Yes. Out in January on Fight Island, and then they rematched in Vegas, and that was when he broke his leg. And he hasn't fought since. But listen, yes, of course, a lot has happened in McGregor's life. He's gone through a lot. He's done a lot of different things. But man, I do believe he was special for what he did. He was special for a southpaw that can box like that, and then kickbox like that, and then good taekwondo too, to be able to see shots and move. And he can grapple. I mean, obviously not the best. He could grapple. And then he's got the mouthpiece to promote, to be with it. It's what I want to see is really, how is this going to be promoted? How is he going to promote this? Because is it just enough him just coming back? I'm back. Is that just enough? Or do you think he's going to go into his antics and really try to build this or whatnot? Because it's almost like I feel like we've been there, we've done that. And not to mention, my man, you're a father now. Of not just one, not two, I think maybe 3 kids. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But he's a father now. Things start to change when you're home and you're teaching your children and you're kind of pouring into them. And then you're like, how does he sell this fight?
Max Holloway leaves no stone unturned when it comes to his upcoming fights. The fighter will soon step into the ring for the fight of the year against Conor McGregor, and he's going through an intensive training camp to get ready for the contest. One of the fighters to sharpen Holloway's skills during the training process includes welterweight champion Jack Della Maddalena, who helps him practice at a high level before the clash. But why is Max Holloway preparing himself in such a way? Could this be his chance to finally beat McGregor?
So speaking of McGregor and Gaethje and, you know, the winner maybe fighting Justin Gaethje, who do you think wins that fight?
Man, what the McGregor Holloway? You see, obviously Max has got a much better chance this time around. I think before he was dealing with a McGregor that was like vibing. He was just on his game. Whereas this time, I feel like Max is going to look at him like, okay, a round and a half, he's going to be really dangerous. I've got to stay away from that left hand. I've got to make him work. But also, Max gets better as the fight goes on, right? It's a main event. It's 5 rounds. Like the first and second round, Max can kind of allow McGregor to work a little bit, almost like Nate Diaz did. Let him work, let him gas a little bit, and then start to pick his pace up. Like, if it goes past the first round, I think Holloway gets it done. But I do think the opening round and a half are going to be quite dangerous. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets dropped and has to regroup and get him back together. But even so, I mean, I think it's going to be a good fight. I think we're going to get a good version of both of those guys. And I think this rematch makes...
Dream fight is Max Holloway. Obviously, he's fighting Conor McGregor in Conor's return fight in a month or so. How do you see that fight going down? Do you see Conor returning in good form? Do you see Max Holloway just putting on a masterclass? How do you see that fight going down?
I'm rooting for Holloway all the way, but McGregor hasn't put in nearly the amount of work that Holloway has put in. He hasn't been through half the battles, half the wars. And he's a southpaw with really good timing of the left hand. So I would have to throw that to McGregor, but...
I mean, last one I have to ask you about, Conor McGregor is coming back. We've asked you about him so many times. I know you didn't think we would see him again. He's fighting Max Holloway. Are you surprised to see him back? And do you give him any chance of winning against Max Holloway at welterweight?
I don't think he's gonna fight.
No, you don't. You think he'll pull out in the next month?
No, I think it's gonna be his pull out or something happen, or in this world gonna be some war gonna beginning, but he's not gonna fight.
If he did make it, let's say perfect world, he does get in the cage.
If he's gonna fight with Holloway, of course, all MMA fans gonna watch this fight. My opinion, Holloway gonna win because he was active, and when you doesn't fight like almost how many years? Like 6 years, maybe.
It'll be exactly 5 years.
Exactly 5 years. Brother, 5 years. He's now 36 years, or 37.
He'll turn 38 3 days after the fight.
Oh. Of course, Max.
Yeah.
This sort of preparation certainly did not occur by chance. With Max Holloway's camp entering its closing days, each workout is increasingly becoming deliberate. It's not about developing new skills anymore, but rather perfecting every reaction. The coaches are trying to create such a situation for Holloway that he could face something similar to what Conor McGregor could do, which would allow him to be aware of opportunities and act instinctively when necessary. The goal is to make sure that there will be as few unknown things for Holloway on fight day as possible.
Our main thing now, Max is starting to finish up camps. We're making sure we get the correct looks, putting him in some positions that we may not see in sparring, just so he has the right vision and the right reactions for the fight.
Guidance was swiftly executed by Holloway and JDM as they drilled exactly what their coach had just instructed them to do. The training revolved around footwork, angles, and combination punching, with each fighter drilling offensive and defensive patterns again and again until muscle memory was established. They did not spend time hitting each other, but concentrated on luring their adversary forward, making openings, and then punishing them for every mistake with precise counterattacks. Every drill served a purpose, aiding Holloway in improving his reflexes and positions that are essential for him during his upcoming fight with McGregor.
Okay, so let's just start with the movement. We're fading weak side, offensive man, throwing combinations, and just kind of exaggerate, especially your long side offensive man, just so he knows if he's clear, okay? Because the intent is to counter, right? Is to run this guy into one of our shots, run this guy into a phase one.
One, two,
As Holloway keeps chugging along towards the end of training camp, the focus has turned to McGregor and how he's approaching the promotion for what could very well be one of the biggest fights of all time. UFC legend Chael Sonnen has gone on record stating that McGregor has entered into a whole new era, not because of the way he fights, but the way he conducts himself when he's in front of the cameras. Sonnen claims that McGregor is no longer just about making bold proclamations, but is being honest, and that he might actually be seeing the best of McGregor yet.
Conor McGregor on a media tour, it's very hard for me to say my favorite version of Conor. Like, Conor isn't a guy that you can very easily come in and critique. Even the greats would have a hard time. Sean O'Malley, Colby, Adesanya, some of the greats would have a hard time sitting back and critiquing Conor, as opposed to watching and then learning from him. Conor has got a new gimmick. And his gimmick right now, which I think is my favorite version of him, is overwhelming honesty. And Conor's never sold BS. He's never like peddled just on entertaining you and not caring about the accuracy to his words. He's never done that. He's only falsely sold one thing ever, which is power. And he did that very much.
Sonnen took this one step further and gave reasons why he considers this particular portrayal of McGregor as intriguing as it is. According to Sonnen, McGregor is at a point where nothing an interviewer could ask will shake or embarrass him in any way. Rather than evade questions, he gives full and confident answers, proving his comfort with his own self. Additionally, Sonnen noted how McGregor used to smartly establish his own image by subtly introducing himself as someone who knew important people from the world of business. These instances proved to Sonnen that McGregor was a master in building his public image without coming off as arrogant in the least bit. Sonnen pointed to McGregor's recent interview with Ariel Helwani as the clearest example of that change. He noted that McGregor openly discussed topics he would normally keep behind closed doors, including the fact that he has only 2 fights remaining on his UFC contract and that no extension talks have taken place. McGregor also admitted the negotiations didn't fully go his way, explaining that both sides compromised to reach a deal. For Sonnen, that level of transparency was unusual and refreshing, especially when the conversation shifted to controversial issues surrounding McGregor's past dealings with the UFC and the now defunct USADA partnership. Not all have faith in McGregor showing up for the fight. Usman Nurmagomedov, the Bellator lightweight champion, threw doubts on the very promising bout with Max Holloway, noting that he does not believe that the fight will be realized. Instead of doubting his opponent's abilities, Usman suggested that there might be an unforeseen circumstance that would disrupt the fight even before the fight day comes. His words were received with controversy because the previous comebacks of McGregor ended in failure. In spite of all the official booking of the fight, Usman still does not believe that it will come to pass. Even when asked to assume the fight does go ahead, Nurmagomedov didn't hesitate with his prediction. He acknowledged that a McGregor versus Max Holloway showdown would be a must-watch event for every MMA fan, but he still sees Holloway as the clear favorite. In Usman's view, Holloway's consistent activity gives him a major edge over McGregor, who has spent years away from regular competition. He also pointed to McGregor's age and lengthy absence from the Octagon, suggesting those factors could make it extremely difficult for the former champion to return at the same elite level against an opponent who has never stopped competing. Former UFC fighter Dan Hardy also weighed in on the blockbuster rematch, praising both men for what they bring into the contest. He emphasized that Holloway's constant activity over the years is a major advantage, pointing out that the Hawaiian has continued competing at the highest level while McGregor has been away from the sport. Even so, Hardy admitted he's impressed by the energy and confidence McGregor has shown since announcing his return. As for the matchup itself, Hardy wasn't surprised to see the UFC book the rematch, believing it naturally revisits one of the earliest and most memorable fights of McGregor's rise through the promotion. Hardy believes the rematch will look nothing like the first meeting because both fighters have evolved dramatically since then. He recalled how Holloway's toughness was already evident in their original bout, but says the Hawaiian has since grown into a far more complete and confident fighter. At the same time, Hardy noted that McGregor enters this contest with questions to answer after years away from competition and his devastating leg injury. For that reason, he expects a completely different dynamic when they meet again. Looking beyond the fight, Hardy also suggested that a showdown between the winner and Justin Gaethje would be one of the UFC's most exciting matchups. That optimism didn't stop there. Wade Plemons also explained why he's becoming increasingly convinced that McGregor's comeback could be different from his previous attempts. From what he's observed, the former two-division champion appears to have fully immersed himself in training once again, showing a level of focus and discipline that had been missing for some time. More importantly, Plemons believes McGregor looks mentally recharged and genuinely excited to compete. In his view, fighting has once again become McGregor's top priority, replacing the distractions that once surrounded his career. If that renewed mindset carries into fight night, Plemons believes fans could see a far more dangerous version of the Notorious. So, will Max Holloway finally settle the score? Or is Conor McGregor about to write another unforgettable chapter in his career? Drop your prediction in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more of the latest MMA news, breakdowns, and fight coverage.